Dating after 40, believe it or not, your only options aren't just middle-aged men going through a midlife crisis who are chasing 20-year-olds or boring old men who've let themselves go. It's actually possible to find epic love with a handsome, successful, and healthy man, even if you're dating after 40. In this video, you're going to learn the top 3 things you must do to find great love after 40. And stay tuned until the end to get free access to my Attract Your Man video series. And make sure you hit the subscribe button below or click the bell icon so you're notified every time I release a new video, which is every Friday. I'm Nicole Moore, love coach and founder of Love Works, and I've helped hundreds of women find love, and more than half of them are women over 40. Here are 3 keys that women over 40 must do to find the right man now. Key number 1, let the past go. See, most, if not all women who are not with the love of their life have limiting beliefs getting in the way. What this means is that deep down, you either believe that you're meant to be alone, that something is wrong with you, or that you just can't attract, find, or keep the man that you actually want. But here's what I've noticed about my over 40 ladies. These limiting beliefs can be even stronger and harder to get rid of. And the simple reason is time. The more time, aka years, you spend thinking a limiting belief, like, for example, I'm not worthy of being chosen, the stronger and deeply rooted it becomes. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, you may literally have 20 plus more years of thinking the same limiting belief as a woman in her 20s. Now, I know that sounds bleak, but do not worry. I'm going to give you the solution, and it's radical. You see, to let go of the past, you simply have to stop. But I mean completely, 100% stop. As in never ever uttering words about your dating life past again. Even better if you can stop thinking them. Just like my 62-year-old client Molly, whose husband cheated on her with her best friend, left her to marry the best friend. Like, ouch, right? And after that painful experience, she spent 10 years single. She went on 300 bad first dates. Well, when we first met, she must have told me that she went on 300 bad dates about 10 times in a 60-minute conversation. It's like her mind was stuck on a mental loop of poor me, it'll never happen for me, and here's proof from my life experience. And I told her, Molly, you just have to let go of the past in order to create something new. You have to stop. And I challenged her to never, ever again utter the words, I went on 300 bad dates, or talk negatively about her love life past. It's radical, I know, but it worked. As soon as she let go of the limiting beliefs that she had created for the past 60 years, her love life started to transform to the point where she attracted in an amazing man, better than she's ever had before. So here's my advice if you're over 40 and single. Take 5 minutes, write down your sad love story. Write out all of the limiting beliefs and any victim-y, poor-me thoughts, and do this to honor your journey and the pain you may have experienced. Get it all out on paper, then burn the paper, and commit to yourself from this day forward. You are never again going to say your negative story or limiting beliefs out loud. You can even, if you want, when you start to say it, imagine me going, and don't say it. And then you gotta start telling a new story. I'll tell you how to tell that new story when we get to tip number 3, but I wanna hear from you first. Are you ready to be done with your past? Are you ready to stop giving more time than the many years you already have to the limiting beliefs that are getting in the way? If you are, leave a comment below and let me know. Write, I'm done in the comments below to boldly declare that you are over letting your mindset get in the way of the love that you deserve. Now, here's the number 2 thing you must do to find a good man if you're over 40. It's lean back and activate your feminine power. Because if you're watching this, you're either never married and over 40, which means you've spent the majority of your life alone and doing it all by yourself, or you're divorced, separated, or single mom, which again means you're doing it all by yourself. So women who have to do it all by themselves very often end up in masculine mode, and especially in their love life. You are so used to doing it all everywhere else that you just go ahead and try and do it all for the men too. And here's the thing that makes matters worse. The challenge with many men who are in your age range, over 40, is that they have likely been hurt before. Many of them are divorced, which most men process as a big failure. So the truth is, many men in your age range may be weary of fully committing to a woman and getting hurt, or they don't want to fail again. And that can look like non-committal behavior from them, or passive men who wait for you to take the lead. And I know that is not what you want. What you really want is a masculine, handsome, loving man who's going to love you and treat you like a queen. So how do you get that? You lean back and activate your feminine power. So my client Elizabeth, who is in her mid-40s, was in total masculine mode. She was a divorced single mom doing it all herself. And she was literally texting men to ask them out, and she felt like she had to do this or else men wouldn't show up for her. Which again, a lot of women in their 40s, they have this feeling because they've been let down by men in the past, that if I don't do it, a man won't show up for me. So Elizabeth was so used to being the one that takes care of it all, she just transferred that way of being to her dating life. But the truth is, this masculine mode was just repelling men. So when I taught her how to activate her feminine power and lean back and let the man lead, she actually attracted in an amazing man, and they've been together for the past 5 years. So here's one strategy I taught my client Elizabeth that you can use right now to activate your feminine power. When you find yourself trying to make it happen with a man, literally breathe, relax your shoulders, and actually lean your body back. And imagine that you're sitting on a throne like a queen, and see that man that you're obsessing over kneeling before you, ready to do your bidding, and really feel that energy. Then say to yourself as often as you need to, lean back, lean back, lean back. You can even put it on your phone if you need to remember to be in this energy. You will instantly feel more relaxed and get back into that receiving mode where men can actually show up for you. Now, here's tip number 3 to find great love after 40. You have to start believing that you are the example and not the norm. You see, most women in the over 40 range tell me, Nicole, there's no good men, the good ones are taken, the men just want a younger woman, and the old ones are flabby and boring. Most women over 40 are looking at the statistics or at all of their girlfriends who are single or divorced with crappy ex-husbands, and they just don't see proof that what they want is out there. But that's because they're focusing on what they see as the norm and assuming the same thing is true for them. The truth is, there are always shining examples. There are always exceptions to the rule. There are always standout stars no matter where you're looking. For example, in an economic downturn, there are rare people who profit and make a ton of money. In a city like LA full of wannabe actors, there are rare people who make it big and become stars. And in a crappy dating market full of subpar options, there are women who do find a good man. So have you decided that you are the exception and not the norm? Have you decided you're the example? Have you decided that of all the single 40+ women out there, you're going to be the one who finds a good man? You know, my 62-year-old client, Lori, she decided she was the example. She declared she was one of the most attractive, vivacious, and sexy women in their 60s out there. And she started attracting in a whole new caliber of men who were pursuing her, men who were treating her like a queen, which she had never experienced before. So it doesn't matter if you believe that the options of good men out there after 40 are rare. Even if they are, you can still be that woman who attracts in a good one. But you have to firmly decide you are first. You have to develop the new identity and tell yourself the new story. And you can decide right now. So leave a comment below saying, I'm the example, not the norm, if you've decided after watching this video that you are not going to be an over 40 woman that settles. So you've just learned the 3 keys to finding a good man if you're dating over 40. And as I shared, getting out of masculine doing mode and into feminine receiving mode is the key to repelling those passive over 40 men and attracting in the rare men who will show up like a king and treat you like a queen. And don't worry, I've got you covered. Click the link in the description below to get free access to my Attract Your Man video series. In that series, I have an entire video on feminine power, and I share with you my most successful exercise I've ever taught to activate your feminine power, and you will literally have good men running up to you to ask you out. It's life-changing. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it below, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe so you have access to my videos every Friday. And are you an over 40 woman looking for love? Comment below and let me know your #1 takeaway from this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.